wish I could say it with a happier face, but happy Lunasaw. Hi. Um, well, I'm gonna, try to start this off positively as I can. I'll show you here in a little bit. But I was up until almost 2 this morning, cleaning off the altar in the front room. Starting up, I have a smaller plastic white table in here, a little square one. And it's going to be my dragon altar. Of course, I don't know what all I'm going to be able to put on it as far as dragons, but because I've only got like about 4 dragon statues right now and stuff. But yeah, so there may be some tears, I'm warning you now. I got about 5 hours of sleep, I think it was, because like I said, it was almost 2 in the morning when I finally went to sleep. And 5 hours later, I woke up and I was crying. I was really scared because Kalika thrown up 3 different times, and because the roaches being roaches, they tend to hang around the food dish. Well, the drawback is, on the one hand, I'm glad that the roach powder seems to be working. And this is a formula that my mom has used for many years, and it seems to do the trick. It seems to do a really, really efficient job. And it's just 2 ingredients: boric acid and cornstarch. The boric acid, of course, being the poison part of it. The cornstarch being the food part of it that draws the roaches to eat it. Itching. Sorry, that's the one thing about yarn. It does make you itch. Mix the 2 together. Put them in little, tiny lids from like milk jugs, like our gallon milk jugs and stuff. Put them in prominent places under stuff where cats can't get to it because it's cornstarch. So the cats might think it's something good to eat, and start eating it themselves. And so I'm just moving some stuff here so I can maybe set the computer back up here instead of on my lap the whole time. Oh, man. I hate when I accidentally touch that thing because this thing is so sensitive. It don't take much to turn it on. There I go again. So the poison's efficient. It does a bang up job because they eat it. They track it, get it on their feet and stuff and track it back into the nest. So then they track it in the nest, it falls off, and stuff like that. And then the others eat it, and then it spreads and spreads and spreads. And I don't know exactly how long it can take. I couldn't say weeks, months. I don't know. But, steadily it starts wiping them out. But what you don't think about and what you don't anticipate, and therefore, how do you plan for this? How do you stop it from happening? I'm still trying to figure out. How do you stop one of the cats from eating one of the roaches that's been poisoned? Do you start smacking them for eating the roaches? I don't know. And I was really scared she was going to die. And we still have the problem because yeah, that's what Dad was saying. That's what Pops was saying. He said, hopefully, and I hope this is true as well. that he said hopefully she only ate one, and it just upset her tummy a little bit, and she, when I was up this morning, she came right to me. She was acting fine. She was pretty much acting like herself, and she laid on my lap for a little bit, and then I wasn't so scared. But this is not so not so fun thing with Michael that seems to keep happening all too often. And I'm, not just for me, but it's affecting you. It's probably affecting the boys. So I don't know. That he can just be so mean and be this way towards his own mother and towards the woman he claims to love. Yet a lot of his stuff that he does, it makes you wonder, and it questions, does he really? Or if he does, then why does he keep hurting us the way he does? When's it going to stop? When is he going to realize where he's in the wrong for reacting the way he does instead of listening things through? I'm trying, believe me. This is not how I want to start out my Luna song, especially after all the pain and discomfort I caused myself and cleaning up. I was in a lot of pain. Um, I had to move really slow, you know. Uh, I had to watch how I would bend down to, pick anything up or move things about. Try to figure out how I wanted to set up the altar, and it looks really nice. Um, and I really hope that I can successfully pull off this meditation today, sometime, or this evening if it ends up being an evening thing. I barely remember my dreams. I don't know if I was able to even have any, when I first fell asleep this morning. But I don't know how I can do this without flashing anybody. I hate to be so weird, but sometimes when it starts itching, I can't tell if I'm being bit or if it's just the yarn, because it does cause itchiness. Hang on, let me go put another shirt on so I'm not, sitting here itching and scratching the whole time. There, that's better. No, I'm not going to be sitting here, scratching myself raw. I just decided to go ahead and get a wash rag. This is one of the new ones we got for Christmas from Mom, I think, last year. She got everybody towels and wash rags mostly. And I mean, you can't really turn down something like that because, you can always use more because they're material too, like a lot of stuff, and it does break down after a while and you have to replace it. So, but a lot of my crying, I think, is from something else too. I think it's maybe some kind of deep-seated hurt or something that I have. I'm not sure about what yet. Bella! Pops and Bella just came in. Yeah, I'm doing a live. Brooke just popped on. She asked me to because, well, I'm supposed to be doing the Luna sauce stuff today. Hey, Bella. You happy now? You got your outside time this morning, huh?
Well, it won't take too long because we got to take that paperwork over today. Hopefully we don't have to have it in a week or two before.
Yeah.
If so, we'll have to put off the thing until September. We can always do another one October 1st. Hey, Bella.
Bella!
Go let Mommy show you to your sister.
Bella, Bella, Bella!
Come on.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. So see, I've barely been up a handful of minutes, and now Chris is telling me, don't be on here too long because we have to go turn this in today.
Yeah, but it's nothing like immediate or anything like that. I mean, there's probably going to be someone in the office up until about 5 for us to be able to do this.
He said, don't worry about it. It's not like we have to do it right away. Come here, baby. Hi. You can come and see Sissy. Come here. Oh, big boy. Oh.
It's your lap, buddy.
Here's your lap, buddy.
I'm still surprised he did that.
Bella, 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 Bella. Hi, baby. Love you. There you go, big boy. There you go, big boy.
But then again,
Daddy wanted me to show you the Sissy.
He knows good people.
Yeah, Daddy wanted me to show you Sissy a little bit. Because she's far away, so this is the only way she can see ya. Well, at least he didn't fight me. He's like, oh, okay.
No, he doesn't.
Mom, I just try not to pick him up a whole lot because I never know 1 minute from the next when they want to be picked up or they don't want to be picked up.
Bella never really complains.
So don't worry, we don't have to rush off.
Bella never really complains.
Especially when Daddy's picking him up and Daddy's holding him.
Okay. Here we go. Back down.
Big boy. Big boy.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to pick up anybody as heavy as you.
He's like, well, then why do you keep doing it, dum-dum?
Because he makes me at times.
He's like, I didn't say you could stop loving on me and petting me. What are you doing?
He acted like he wanted to come in twice and then changed his mind when I opened the door.
Of course. Typical kid.
But the third time he did more.
Okay, I'll go in. No, I don't want to. Okay, I'll go in. No, I don't want to.
It's not like having a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a 5-year-old? I don't think any of her kids are that age, are they?
She's had 2 that were.
Yeah, he's older than 5 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Little
Hayden.
Oakley's only 5? Really?
I thought Oakley was 10.
I'm lost. 13, 11, and 3.
11.
Oh, okay. So Oakley's 11. Okay. And Cohen's the baby, so he's 3. And then 13, of course, Hayden. But, in the spirit of trying to, keep 14 and 12 soon, though. So 2 of them's got birthdays coming up. Oakley and Hayden. Because Oakley and Hayden, they're both Leos, right? 9th and the 18th. That still makes them both. I know 9th probably most likely, yeah. It does make them Leo. Because his mom's August 6th. She's a Leo. Okay. Part of the reason, why I was determined, pain and all, and discomfort. I kept at, getting the 2 altars, getting them set up and ready for when I do, the rituals tonight. Which I never did do the third eye thing because I was just too wiped out. And that would have been nice, but doesn't mean that I couldn't do it. Still try to do it because, just because I didn't do it on the day doesn't mean it wouldn't still work. And it's a super moon, so my hair is just doing this weird thing that it does, which bugs me because then I end up pinning it back because to me it looks funny. But to me it was a lot of it was penance for letting my own altar get that bad. Just there was like random stuff, sitting on the altar that shouldn't have been there. Got that stuff off of there. Like there's no point in having a candle holder on there with no candle in it. It's just taking up space. If you're not using it, then don't have it on the altar. And the dragon altar on the little plastic table, I don't know what else. I might end up putting on there. That's something that I definitely want to do for the dragons because one, I haven't. I've never given them their own altar. 2, they definitely deserve it because they're among the most of, the most ancient. And, I don't know if it's even determinable just exactly how long dragons have been around. For all we know, they've been around since before man even came along. I don't know. Ceremony sounded beautiful, didn't it? When I read it on here for Maria. And you saw the emotion that it evoked in me. So that just tells me, you really should do this, Janet. You should do this ceremony. And to be able to connect with the dragons on such a level and be able to have a deep understanding of them and be able to understand their knowledge and wisdom and just be able to enjoy being around them, because usually when you go through the whole process of the ritual and you get there and you do your bit and then it's time to go, it seems like it's fleeting, like it goes by so quickly, but it's so beautiful that you wish that it could last longer. Because that the mundane world that you have to come back to is not so great. Not that, back then those times were any better, because I'm sure they were far worse. Before there were flushing toilets and toilet paper, even. I mean, running water, not having to get water from a well and, boil it in a pot over a fire and then wait for it to cool, so you have water to drink and, have water to cook with and kind of bathe with, I guess. But it helps you appreciate, the fact that they have been around so long, and they've seen probably more than any of us. I mean, and even though some of us have had many lifetimes, and some of us have only had a few, or for all we know, this could be, our first life. But I really believe they want me to do this, that they want to meet me, and certainly Merlin. And, in my opinion, learning from Merlin is pretty high up there on the, uh, magical evolution of, wow, the Merlin taught you. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. But just like with anything in life, there's an upside and there's a downside. Think them thoroughly through before you do anything, because if you aren't willing to pay the consequences of your actions, don't do it. If you're not willing to take the possible consequences, especially if you're doing a dark spell of what could come back and hit you for doing that dark spell, don't do it. Best thing is, if you need to be angry, or if you are angry about something, go ahead and allow yourself to feel that emotion, but don't let it control you. Don't let it overtake you, like sadly a lot of people tend to do. And I know there's many times when I've done that, but on the plus side, I did find a lot of my vessels, which made me happy. And I found I got them in charging boxes. I got all the charging boxes back on the altar, because I had them on there for a while, because I figured, hey, there's your boo baby. Oh, he came up completely on his own. There's the boo. Hello, boo. What you doing? Boo baby. Oh, okay, thank you, because now you're putting your tail in mommy's face, so Sissy can't see me, but oh well. At least she can still hear me. You know how they do. Hi, baby boy. Pops is a little concerned about Boo, though. He said it seems like, he's don't have as much weight on him as we think he should, so I hope he's okay. He doesn't seem to have much weight. Hope he's eaten enough and everything. Hi, baby. Hello. All right. I know Might be a while yet before you can get your, shop up and running again, hopefully through a new, that Wix thing or whatever Pops was telling you about that he thinks you could do better with and have better luck, hopefully. I miss your shop, I miss, how nice you always have all your setups, and I can always feel, how happy it makes you when, you're doing your shop, you're doing your live, and especially when, there's a good turnout and there's a lot of people, and especially when it's, the good customers, the people that